Hello and thanks for joining us on Nationwide today. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Many thanks for joining us. Now let's begin with the judiciary. The Presidential Election Petitions Court is set to deliver judgment in the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Atiku Abubakar on the 11th of September in Abuja. The petitioner are challenging the election of President Muhammadu Buhari in the February 2019 presidential election. The PDP is challenging the conduct of the election in 11 states of the Federation. Councils in the matter adopted their final written addresses on August 21, 2019. Justice Mohammed Garba is the chairman of the five-man panel. Now to religion and peace. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, says Muslims marking the commemoration of Ashura throughout the country are the Muslims of the proscribed Islamic movement in Nigeria, whose activities have remained banned. The IGP, however, urged other Muslims to observe the procession within the confines of the law and guard against infiltration by unscrupulous elements, public peace, order and security. They directed all commissioners of police and their respective supervisory assistant inspectors general of police in commands and zones to give full effect to the above clarifications and non-IMN Muslims are not in any way restricted from exercising their freedom of religion, worship and peaceful assembly. The public has been advised to be calm and go about their lawful businesses as the force is doing all within its capacity to ensure there is no breach of the peace, law and order anywhere in the country. And still on peace. Abuja, the nation's capital, this Tuesday is relatively peaceful and calm as no incident of breach of public order was recorded as again speculated. Rising tension of planned procession by Shiite group to celebrate the Ashura across the country. Correspondent Ilyasu Otuno Yakubu reports that the development, there's high presence of armed security personnel.
The nation's capital, Abuja, was relatively peaceful and calm as major business environments witnessed low turnout of vehicular and human activities. But let's get to find out why this development.
The whole nation entirely is scary because when you hear someone is coming for any riot or whatever, you have to be scared.
I don't see the reason why they are coming out to do their procession or what, based on what federal government have told them not to try it. And if they dare it, it's left for them to face the wrath of the law.
As at the time of filing this report, there was no reported case of breach of peace in the city. High presence of armed security operatives were visibly sighted at strategic locations and major entry routes into the FCT and city center. However, business environments witnessed low turnout of people as residents opted to remain indoors for fear of uncertainty. The traffic flow around the city and routes such as Nyanya AYA axis was free compared to the usual gridlock. It will be recalled that members of the proscribed Islamic movement in Nigeria, popularly known as Shiite, had announced planned procession across the nation to mark the Ashura. In Abuja, Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And we're not done with religion. Positive attitude, not change, and dialogue have been identified as hallmark of achieving peaceful coexistence, mutual understanding and unity of Nigeria. This is a submission of stakeholders at a religious leaders conference in Lafia. Isa Mohammed reports.
The theme of the engagement is religion as a mirror of reflection with focus on security, peace, unity and development of the nation. Discussants maintain that dialogue creates friendship, humility, consciousness, and understanding. In his presentation on religion and politics in nation building, Reverend Father Colenius Afeba emphasizes that religion should be a tool for peaceful coexistence and not violence. Vice Chancellor, Federal University Lafia says continuous promotion of quality education is key to sustain peace. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Abdullahi Aliyu Agwe, who represented Governor Abdullahi Sule, reiterates government commitments to security of lives and property of its citizens.
Peace is one of the cardinal principles of any government to ensure that its people are living in peace so that the development will take place.
He assures all religious of enabling atmosphere to practice their religion and contribute to the socio-economic development and spiritual growth of the people. Prayers were offered for continuous peace, unity, and development of the nation. In Lafia, I am Isa Muhammad, NTA News.
UN celebrates World Suicide Prevention Day. This and more with Ingino John Adams in Lagos.
It's good to see you. Nigeria is fine-tuning strategies towards accessing the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund, IOPC, for victims of offshore spills. At a workshop in Lagos, stakeholders say with increased oil exploration and production, spillage is unavoidable, but there must be robust preparedness and response capabilities. Michael Olale reports.
A major oil-producing and exporting country, Nigeria records about 2,000 petroleum tanker vessels calling at our ports annually, according to the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. This volume of traffic explains why oil spills are common in Nigeria, with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation putting the quantity of petroleum jettisoned into the environment yearly at 2,300 cubic meters and an average of 300 individual spills annually. The resultant effect is pollution, threats to the marine ecosystem, destruction of habitats and individual means of livelihoods, hence the need to compensate victims of oil spill pollution.
We're interested in knowing how to respond. We're interested in knowing who and who to contact when there are issues. And we are part of a fund that we have never benefited from as Nigeria.
In case of spill, a fisherman there that may be impacted may not really know how to go about making this claim. We had to now go the extra mile of seeing how we can now develop a document that that can enable victims to access this fund.
Although the federal government is presently implementing the United Nations Environment Report on Ogoni land by establishing hydrocarbon pollution remediation projects, stakeholders say air pollution damage assessment, liability and compensation are needed to achieving the International Maritime Organization IMO's quest for greener and cleaner marine ecospace.
It's really to fully understand how this convention could protect the environment and the people of Nigeria when it comes to an oil spill.
And the essence of this is to make sure that the impact of oil on the coastal zones of these countries are highly minimized.
Nigeria has already ratified and domesticated the International Convention on Oil Pollution Preparedness, Response and Cooperation, but the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund is encouraging countries signatory to the IMO to stimulate robust oil spill and detection mechanism. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
167 persons are currently in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI's collaborative team, for alleged involvement in various sophisticated cyber frauds. This was revealed at the EFCC-FBI Joint Media Forum in Lagos. Lynn Leneke has details.
Issues of computer-related frauds have continued to attract the attention of various security agencies. The latest is the collaborative effort between the EFCC and FBI designed to intercept and interrupt the global network of internet fraudsters, which have led to the arrest, seizures, and recoveries of monies, landed property, among others. Director Operations, EFCC, Mohammed Umar Abba, says the agency's campaign against this group of people led to information gathering that culminated into various strategic raids and onslaught of their hideouts.
We have also recovered from the arrested fraudsters the sum of $169,850 United States dollars, as well as the sum of 92 million naira. Also, 4 exotic cars, plots of land in choice areas in Lagos, and a property in Abuja were also recovered during the EFCC-FBI collaborative operations.
Cyber fraud, they say, is the latest form of terrorism and corruption that needs a holistic approach to awaken the consciousness of Nigerians and the youths in particular.
The global goal of this operation is to send a message to all who participate in the BEC scheme that they will be caught and persecuted regardless of where they are located.
EFCC reiterated its resolve to continue to partner with the FBI and other international law enforcement agencies towards bringing to the barest minimum the menace of cybercrimes and other computer-based frauds in the country. In Lagos, Lane Lenake, NTA News.
Now to judicial matters. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has granted the final forfeiture of 2,149 jewelries, gold iPhone, all valued at $40 million recovered from former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diezani Alison Madueke, to the federal government. Justice Innocent Owebo gave this ruling after disclosing his facts on the case based on the council's submissions. Abolore Obara has the details.
At the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos, Justice Innocent Owebo disclosed that the ex parte application filed by Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to forfeit the jewelries worth $40 million belonging to the former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diezani Alison Madueke, is said to be proceeds of some unlawful acts, fraud and other illicit means. Justice Owebo also stated that the council's submission was on issue of whether the acquired jewelries were gifts. And if that is the case, where were they given? And if not, respondents should provide evidence why the property should not be forfeited to the federal government.
It's not that we didn't show cause, it's that we chose a different approach. And the court decided that our approach was not in keeping with the law. And that's how it turned out.
The respondent did not prove to the court and not satisfy the court as to how she acquired the property.
The submissions by the council also show that was appointed resources in April 2010, and findings by the EFCC revealed that Diezani started acquiring the jewelries in 2012 from various jewelry stores, built to prove the charges against her beyond reasonable doubt. He, however, ordered for the final forfeiture of the property in Lagos. Abolore Obara, NT News.
That's our contribution from Lagos. Nationwide continues with Elizabeth in Abuja.
President Muhammadu Buhari felicitated with Isama of the Benin Kingdom, Chief Gabriel Igbenedion, on his 85th birthday, come September 11, 2019, saluting his high sense of patriotism, love for humanity, and dedication to helping the poor and underprivileged. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President hailed the Isama of Benin for his contributions to the nation's development as a serial entrepreneur who finds joy in investing in sectors that directly impact the life, transportation, and the media. The President had many young people that have continued to grow the economy, and this is highly appreciated. President Buhari praised that Almighty God will grant the Isama of Benin good health, strength, and long life to continue their good work. You're still watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Time now to join Mina. Hello, Mina.
Hello, Elizabeth. Good afternoon and welcome to Enugu Network Center. 22 beneficiaries of the Enugu State Tertiary Education on scholarship to India have expressed appreciation to the state government through a visit to Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi in what they describe as a dream come true. Accompanied by Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mrs. Nwanneka Ona, to the Government House, the students were given assurance of support ahead of their departure to Mewa University.
The post-secondary school students of Enugu State are beneficiaries of a collaboration between the Enugu State government and the Mewa University, India. The arrangement, an offshoot of a visit by the Pro-Chancellor of the Indian University to Governor Ugwuanyi earlier this year, provides scholarship opportunities for Enugu State students at the Mewa University, India, at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. The governor had given approval for 22 youths to benefit from the scheme. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, disclosed that all necessary funds have been released by the state government. An ex-student of the Anglican Girls Grammar School, Okonano, Clara Nnaji, who spoke on behalf of the beneficiaries, described the gesture as a dream come true.
A good number of us never had the hope of leaving this country, even though this is a dream I've had in my heart for years. But I never, ever imagined that I would actualize this dream even in the next 10 years. But in the space of 2 months, Your Excellency, you made this possible. And I want to say a very big thank you.
Receiving a thank you gift from the students, Governor Ugwuanyi congratulated them and prayed for the success of their academic pursuit in India. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
Following the collapse of the bridge at Monat Junction, Ugwaji, Enugu, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi has visited the site to inspect the collapsed bridge for necessary action. Susan Eze once again reports that the excited residents applauded the governor for what they described as his commitment to the well-being of the people.
Strategically serving as link between Ugwaji and Maryland areas of Enugu South local government, the Monarch Bridge has served residents of the area for decades. With the collapse of the bridge, posing untold hardship on residents who have to find alternative routes to their homes, Governor Ugwuanyi went on a personal inspection of the situation for immediate action to be taken. A resident of the area who witnessed the collapse of the bridge thanked the governor for his prompt response to their plight, describing him as a man with a good heart. During the interactions with residents, Governor Ugwuanyi promised to reconstruct the bridge and urged the residents to be patient and to use alternative roads pending the completion of the project. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
People of the Southeast are commending President Muhammad Buhari for ensuring stability in prices of petroleum products and steady supply in the country, which is evident in the disappearance of the usual long queues in petrol stations across the country. The report.
As the usual artificial fuel scarcity and hike in price, as against of duty by President Buhari.
There has not been
commending the federal, equally commending the activity of independent and on each
of all stakeholders in the industry, including the marketers, where they were dispensing, we put the meter out of use.
Assuming that the depot in Enugu is functioning, it will now shortcut the movement to Calabar, Warri, or Port Harcourt depot, or even Lagos. Sometimes they go to Lagos.
They also appealed to the federal government to revive NNPC depot in Enugu to complement the already revived Aba depot to reduce carnages on the roads. In Enugu, Frances Obala, NTA News.
That's a contribution from the Enugu Network Center. It's right back to you, Elizabeth, for a continuation of Nationwide.
Mena. You're watching Nationwide. Let's take a break now. We'll be right back.
It is here again. The NTA ETV Annual Expo is here again. This time, it is the 13th edition. 2019 has as its theme, promoting unity and innovations in youths as agents of change through science and arts. It promises to be captivating as youths across the nation showcase their unique skills and innovations in science and arts, make new friends, and showcase their rich cultural heritage. Join us at the NTA Headquarters Arena Area 11, Garki, Abuja, from Sunday, 28th October to Thursday, 24th October, 2019. For more information, participation, and sponsorship, please call these numbers. NTA ETV, promoting learning.
Are you ready?
has our school benefited from UB program? Amina?
Improve classrooms.
Clap for our place. Isaac?
Train teachers.
Mofe, let's listen to you.
Improve instructional materials.
And so much more. Thank you, UNED.
Education for all is the responsibility of all.
This is to notify candidates who applied for Ahmadu Bello University and NTA TV College degree program in mass communication for 2019-2020 academic session that the post-UTME screening exercise has been scheduled to take place on Saturday, 21st September 2019. Venue, NTA TV College premises, Rayfield, Jos. Time, 9 a.m. Screening fee, 2,000 Naira paid through the remitter platform in favor of NTA TV College Jos. Candidates who chose the college as second and third choices in the 2019 UTME examination scored 180 and above and willing to study at the college can also come for the exercise. Candidates who satisfy the above requirements are expected to come along with the originals of their O-level certificate, any of WAEC, NECO, or NABTEP, JAMB slip, birth certificate, indigenship certificate, and proof of payment. Direct entry candidates are expected to come along with their original diploma certificate, A-level results, in addition to other credentials mentioned above. Registrar, Announcer.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Thanks for staying with us. Now let's shift our attention to safety. The Federal Road Safety Corps says it would decentralize the process of obtaining driver's license by establishing mobile workstations across the country. FRSC Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi made this known at a meeting in Abuja with the 37 sector heads of driver's license centers nationwide. Oyeyemi Ajayi reports.
In the fourth quarter of 2018, the National Bureau of Statistics put numbers of vehicles on Nigerian roads to about 11.8 million. Now, in this same year, statistically, about 630,868 driver's licenses were produced. Now, sadly, 20,000 road accidents occur every year.
Now, to tackle this challenge, the Corps is dealing with it right from the roots as it concerns driving schools, operators and instructors, as well as the Corps driver's license centers. The compromise of driving schools in the issuance of certificates to some motorists who were never taken through the driving lessons has been highlighted a major challenge.
Presently, what is required towards reduction of road traffic crashes is to deploy appropriate technology in ensuring that the drivers from the driving school to the vehicle inspection to the driver's testing to the payments and to the capturing, everything is technological driven. Anything short of that will be a dysfunction.
As part of efforts to rid the highways of road crashes and in compliance with the 0% tolerance of corrupt practices, stricter measures will be applied on any officer of the Corps who engages in racketeering of driver's license, as the FRSC insists that the 4 modules of the driver's license process must be respected.
If you don't play your part well, you are contributing to the crashes on that, because if a driver that is not properly trained is issued a license, then it becomes a problem.
While calling on drivers yet to collect their licenses at different centers to do so, the Corps is insisting on the October 2nd deadline for the compliance of motorcycles and tricycles number plates registration. In Abuja, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Still on safety, take the fight to the kidnappers. That was the consensus of guests on Good Morning Nigeria today, while examining how to dismantle the network of kidnappers. They also reiterated the need to combat the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, as well as cultism and enhanced community engagement. This was discussed on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria. Ikemen Williams reports.
Kidnapping is probably one of the most used words in Nigeria today, and that underlies how much the society is gripped by it. The Nigerian police says 1,154 arrests were made between January and August 2019 alone in connection with kidnapping.
We must work together. There are so many criminogenic factors that are clearly outside the control of the Nigerian police force. And that's why a multidimensional approach is actually necessary.
Discussants in Good Morning Nigeria, however, say there is a need to turn the fire on kidnappers.
Mr. President should give a standing order that no service personnel henceforth should travel between Kaduna and Abuja by rail. Let them all come by road. If this is done, I think we are taking the fight to the kidnappers.
They urged security agencies to ensure that those arrested go to trial and engage the legislature to make more punitive laws against kidnapping.
A lot of arrests have been made, but are we following up? What are the legal processes being followed? What is the judiciary doing to follow up on this case?
The discussants also asked that persons recruited into security agencies go through proper screening.
Trust their leadership, work with their leadership to isolate the criminal groups and target them.
The public was advised to stay vigilant and be cautious in displaying affluence and extravagance to avoid being targeted. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
To other matters now, the National Youth Service Corps Batch B posted to Taraba State has completed the mandatory orientation course with a task to feel at home and impact on host communities. The State Governor Darius Ishaku gave this task during the passing out ceremony of the batch in Jalingo. Joseph Oteson reports.
The Batch B Stream 2 National Youth Corps members posted to Taraba State take their stance after completing the 3 weeks orientation course. Passing out ceremony features impressive display of march past with the representative of the state governor, who is the state head of civil service, Simon Angiu, supervising. Rain, however, disrupts speeches at the occasion, but the corps members remain resilient and deviant. News, however, got a copy of the governor's message to the corps members. In it, Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku called on them to take Taraba State as a home and try to understand the culture and tradition of the people, as well as issues surrounding their host communities. State Coordinator of NYC, Florence Yaku, revealed that corps members will be posted to every local government with a section of EB local government for security reasons.
Corps members to integrate with their host communities to ensure that they serve the host community, that is in their schools, they are the ones teaching, in the hospitals, the corps doctors, the nurses or pharmacists are giving their services.
1,400 corps members who participated in the orientation course have been deployed to their various places of primary assignments. In Jalingo, Joseph Sound Otsen, NTA News.
More impetus are being added to information technology to contribute in driving the nation's economy and other aspects of human endeavors. This follows the inauguration of Computer Professionals Registration Council of Nigeria by Minister of Education. Abdullah Musa Sulija tells us more.
The conduct of government business has become knowledge-intensive on account of the need for development and application of ICT know-how toward the country's socio-economic growth and development. As an agency of government established to control and regulate the practice of information technology profession in the country, the role of the body in the scheme of development goals of the government is therefore huge. Information technology is a critical sector and the flagship of other professions. It is in the recognition for sustainable development that the Minister of Education, which supervises the council, reminded it of the burden of nation building through ICT. Minister of State Education Chukwuemeka Nwajiba, who inaugurated the council on behalf of the minister, tasked the members to uplift the country through the ICT.
We are all aware of what a dynamic and progressive policy in information technology has done for many countries around the world. With our determination, commitment and professionalism, we can attain has surpassed their records. It is a profession through which our lives have been affected and transformed by virtue of deployment of information technology in the execution of our tasks in the ministry.
President of the Council, Professor Charles Onwadi, maintained that they are not unaware of their status at the engine room of government, where necessary policies and directives geared toward the development of the country are made. Abdullahi Musa Suleja, NTA News.
Governor Obaseki has sent bill to establish College of Agriculture. Obey in our Benin Network Center has details of these and other reports on Nationwide. Hello, Obey.
Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us in Benin. Governor Godwin Obaseki has signed into law a bill to establish the Edo State College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. The governor, who performed the exercise at the Government House, expressed confidence that assent into the bill is a precondition for impending agricultural revolution under his administration. Goodluck Enaine reports.
Edo State is endowed with almost 20 hectares of farmland, which hosts a vast array of varied vegetation. In order to take full advantage of this natural gift, it is important to develop trained manpower. The restructuring of the College of Agriculture is an important first step. Under the new arrangement, the School of Agricultural Technology and Engineering will be domiciled in Igoriahi, while Marine Technology will be sited in Agenebude. The School of Forestry will be in Uromi.
The House of Assembly took into cognizance that that there should be provisions should be made so that we can have collaboration with industry. So we expect that the governance arrangement for this college will also include the private sector.
The executive bill was sent to the State Assembly early last month. In Benin, Goodluck Enaine, NTA News.
23 patients at the Federal Medical Center, Asaba, have been relieved of some financial burden. This is because the wife of the governor, Dame Edith Okowa, through her pet project, the 05 initiative, has offset their medical bills to the tune of over 5 million naira. Ngozi Imokwede reports.
For these beneficiaries, words were not enough to describe their joy, as some of them stayed over 6 months in the hospital. They could not pay their medical bills after being discharged. However, help finally came when the wife of the governor, Dame Edith Okowa, represented by the wife of the deputy governor, Dr. Iberi Otuaro, paid their bills, as putting smiles on the faces of the vulnerable is one of the objectives of the 05 initiative.
God, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the hand I will give you, so that you will take a do better thing for this place. For those of you that are living here today, our beneficiaries, I congratulate you, I celebrate you. When you get to God, tell others what the Lord has done for you.
The Chief Medical Director, Federal Medical Center, Asaba, Dr. Victor Osiatuma, says the hospital has also benefited.
Aside from paying the bills of our indigent patients, Her Excellency, not only does she give gifts to the babies on that day, she gives gifts to all the babies on admission.
The beneficiaries expressed their gratitude.
I thank Mommy for her kind gesture today.
For 3 years running, the wife of the governor, Dame Edith Okowa, has been paying medical bills as part of activities to mark the World Charity Day. In Asaba, Ngozi Mokwede, NTA News.
And from health to environmental matters, residential building and other valuables have been submerged in some parts of Ondo State following the recent downpour, rendering many residents homeless with property destroyed. Abiola Ario reports that residents in the affected areas, which includes Idare and Aede, Ogbese, are counting their losses.
The flood caused by the torrential rain in the state led to the overflow of the rivers in Ayede Ogbese and Alade Dori communities. Residents in the affected areas said the flood has rendered them homeless and their means of livelihood swept away.
These water captures surround us everywhere, so there's no way, no hope to move out.
Destroy a lot of things in the local governments. A lot of cars, buildings are damaged.
The state deputy governor, Agbola Ajayi, who visited the affected communities to ascertain the extent of damage, said government will soon come up with decisive measures to control flooding in the state.
We have equally directed that any building that is in the river bank is just cleared.
The residents appeal to the state government, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and other stakeholders to assist them with relief materials. In Akure, Abiola Rio, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Nationwide continues after this break.
So much, Obey. Now, the migrant e-registration exercise initiated by the federal government has kicked off in Ogun State. Governor Dakpo Abiodun, who launched the program, said the gesture will not only facilitate an update and reliable database, but will also help tackle internal border crisis. Mohammed Adibawale has details.
Since the federal government launched the e-registration program to enhance internal security, transborder crime seems to have reduced. With renewed effort to combat criminal activities, especially at the border, Ogun State government has launched the State Migration and E-Registration Program. The program will enable the state have a comprehensive data of non-Nigerians and boost internal monitoring and control mechanisms in the overall interest of national security.
We've had cases whereby something happens and then you are in doubt who the perpetrator of such act is. So now that we have, we are collecting data, or we are collecting data of everyone that comes in and goes out, we will be able to tell you exactly who is who. So identification is very important in ascertaining who is who.
The state governor, Dakpo Abiodun, while launching the program, says it is part of its commitment to ensure threats like trafficking of persons and smuggling of migrants and other organized crimes are nipped in the bud. Many describe the program as a welcome development.
From a security point, yes, very good. A very good initiative from the government of Nigeria, and everybody will be safe and secure.
The program, which is ongoing nationwide, was officially launched by President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja. In Abeokuta, Mohammed Adibawale, NTA News.
To disaster management now. With the dry season fast approaching, the federal government is opening up emergency response mechanisms for disaster management. Doing Dia is in Mina, where the Zone G command of the Federal Fire Service was inaugurated and 2 additional firefighting equipment were presented to the state government.
A report by the Nigeria Senate Committee on Interior in 2017 revealed that Nigeria lost over 6 trillion naira to fire outbreaks within 5 years. In another report, Lagos State, for instance, in 2018 lost over 12.8 billion naira to fire incidents with 84 casualties and various degrees of injuries on victims. With the effect of climate change taking a toll on environment across the globe, the Nigerian government is already establishing response mechanism for emergency situations, especially in the dry season. One of such is this presentation of firefighting equipment to the 6 additional zonal centers, which was established by the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, Liman Ibrahim.
The deployment of these good assets is to complement the efforts of the State Fire Service, all in the courtesy of Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR.
Recently, we had an incident at Tiko, where a tanker loaded with fuel caught fire and burnt so many shops. Survival of the fire service is not a luxury, it's a must.
The zonal headquarters in Mina, Niger State is now to coordinate emergency response and fire disaster management for Kogi, Niger, and Kwara states. Doing Dia, NTA News.
Kogi State government 5-year plan set to kick off. Details when return after the break.
Digital studio equipment is a critical aspect of modern television that requires special skills for their operation and maintenance. These skills define the content and output of television and are acquired only through professional training and experience. NTA TV College JOS is organizing a special 4-week intensive course on digital studio equipment maintenance for engineers and technical officers in public and private television stations. The course will equip participants with modern techniques, technologies, and skills for effective and efficient operation and maintenance of digital studio equipment. Also, a special 4-week course on intermediate photojournalism and photography will run simultaneously. It is an essential course for photojournalists, photographers, public relations, and information officers to upscale their skills and capacities in photojournalism. Participants will be equipped with modern skills in photo editing, studio, and outdoor lighting, and more in just a few weeks. The venue for both courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, JOS. Date 16 September to 11th October 2019. Course fee 100,000 naira only per participant. Accommodation inclusive. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College JOS, training you to be the best you want to be.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please, did you hear that?
Of course I did. That is Village Elmaster tune.
So, Auntie Amebo was not gossiping then?
Village Elmaster is celebrating 50 years.
50? Already? This is not a joke.
It is a national celebration. NTA and Village Elmaster family are commemorating 50 years.
Hey, please, tell me, when is our Golden Jubilee?
It is from the 8th to 11th of October, 2019.
I have to go and get ready. It's time to party.
Women. But we, men, will be there too.
Please.
They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
When you hear that sound, you know that Nigeria's most authentic newscast is about to begin. NTA Network News, breaking the news for over 40 years.
Thanks for staying with us. Plateau State Government 5-year development plan set to kick off. Details with Caleb in JOS. Hello, Caleb.
Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to JOS. Governor Simon Lalong says the 5-year strategic development plan is his administration's quest towards revamping critical sectors in the state. The governor stated this when he received the report of a 5-year strategic plan from a consulting group in Government House, JOS. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
The copies of reports, which are in 4 volumes, contain detailed roadmap for a 5-year development plan that will propel rapid revolution in all aspects of critical sectors of the state. Country manager of Boston Consulting Group, Yoa Watko, said the report is a product of intensive research conducted on various sectors of the state with suggestions for workable implementation strategies that will turn around the fortunes of the state to a world-class economy.
These issues are focused on economic growth for agriculture, focused on the agriculture sector, mining sector, tourism, and increasing the state revenues.
The governor, who commended the efforts of BCG for a job well done, said the development plan will guide the consolidation of the gains of service delivery to the people of the state.
I will say that we have finished in good time. Good time because this is the time we are also preparing for the economic summit. But we couldn't have done any economic preparation for economic summit without a development plan. And so that you have done the development plan, that means we are now ready for an economic summit in Plateau State.
The governor also received in audience the Chief Executive Officer of the Jos Electricity Distribution Company, Mr. Uday Mishra, where he explained his administration's passion to providing a stable power supply in all parts of the state. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
As environmental hazards continue to take their toll on communities across the country, the Ecological Fund's office has embarked on projects to check future occurrences through pre-project sensitization campaign. At Sabongida, Langtang South local government area of Plateau State, while flagging off the project, the Permanent Secretary Ecological Fund Office in the Presidency urged the villagers to take ownership and treat the project as their own. Frama Pani has the details.
Due to recent environment hazards, including flood and erosion bedeviling the state, the Ecological Fund Office has begun construction of projects to check the menace. One of many benefiting communities is Sabongida village in Langtang South. The meeting aimed at building bridges of understanding between benefiting communities, contractors and EFO with a view to resolving issues hindering the progress of work and charting ways forward. Permanent Secretary of the Fund, Habib Alawa represented, emphasized the need for peace to ensure speedy completion of the project.
This intervention project in this community is essentially yours. You must do everything possible to protect and sustain it.
The meeting afforded members of the community the opportunity to bear their minds on issues surrounding the project and urge government to see to its timely completion.
For a little village like this to benefit from a contract from the federal government, have a clap for this project.
The project, if completed, will put an end to challenges of water and good access roads suffered by the community. From Langtang South, from Apani, NTA News.
To further professionalize the Nigerian Army, the junior and middle-level officers are competing in the 3-division Inter-Brigade Combat Proficiency Competition 2019. The competition is to foster esprit de corps and to improve battle readiness among the officers who bridge the gap between senior officers and the soldiers. Renred Silvanus Lott reports.
The training and competition, which has 5 different formations, is necessary due to the emphasis placed on all aspects of regimentation and physical fitness, especially for this cadre of officers. Being an annual event, the 50 participating officers are to compete in weapon handling, map reading, obstacle crossing, and tug of war.
As we take nature of today's threats and its implications on our conventional rules, underscores the need for us to come together and train as a division in the current fight against terrorism and other contemporary security challenges.
Commander of the host formation, 43 Engineering Brigade, enjoined all participants to cultivate a healthy spirit of competition, which is part of the training.
At the end of this competition, the participants would have known their level of fitness, and I would have placed them in vantage position in line with the vision of the Chief of Army Staff.
The Inter-Brigade Combat Proficiency Competition was introduced in 2002 for officers within the rank of Second Lieutenant and the Major Cadre. From the Maxwell Kobe Cantonment, Renred Silvanus Lott, NTA News.
Thank you for your time with us in Jos. Elizabeth, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Still in security, smugglers operating across Nigerian waterways have been warned to desist from all forms of criminality as there's no hiding place for them. Base Operations Officer NNS Jubilee, Lieutenant Commander Umar Sidi gave this warning while handing over items recovered by his team to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Cooperatives in Eket, Akwa Ibom State. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Following a tip-off, officers of NNS Jubilee raided a suspected bunkering site at Esene Waterside in Eket local government area of Akwa Ibom State and recovered a fully loaded 40,000 liters capacity truck and a 3-submerged storage tank. Briefing newsman, Base Operation Officer, NS Jubilee Lieutenant Commander Umar Sidi said the raid was in line with the Chief of Naval Staff's directive to ensure safe and secured waterways across the country, which will enable legitimate businesses to thrive.
This arrest is indicative of the resolve of the Nigerian Navy, particularly NNS Jubilee, to fight all forms of illegalities and economic sabotage in its area of operation.
Assistant Commandant, Niger Security and Civil Defense Corps, Bodin Gabala, assured that his team will do all that is needed to bring the perpetrators to book.
The NSCDC Akwa Ibom State Command appreciate collaboration and synergy between the NSS Jubilee Akwa Ibom State Command.
After relevant documentation, the bunkering items were handed over to the operatives of Niger Security and Civil Defense Corps. In Eket local government area of Akwa Ibom State, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Now to sports. 5th National Youth Games officially kicks off